My name is Ashley Clayton. I am the operations specialist for the Los Angeles Black Workers Center. Our goal is to increase access to quality jobs, reduce employment discrimination, and improve industries that employ Black workers through action and unionization. For me, wellness means developing the ability to reflect on my own needs and adapt a genuine sense of peace. Growing up in a family that really centered wellness, I understand how important it is for us to identify emotional, spiritual, and mental needs. So it was great that we were actually able to bring on counsel for this space for us. The Center for Counsel helped the Los Angeles Black Workers Center by opening up a space that actually allows us to experience grace. As a people, Black communities are experiencing a period of constant stress that cannot really be articulated well. From the public slaying of Black folks to an innumerable amount of the job crisis to the COVID-19 pandemic, it's like we're facing a triple threat at the moment. But through conscious reflection, authentic storytelling, and guided meditation, the Center for Counsel has given us additional tools to actually recognize our ability to persist. And then furthermore, as a member-led organization centered in empowering Black workers, the Los Angeles Black Workers Center, we do understand that Black wellness has been forsaken for a very long time. Workers who have attended the Center for Counsel gatherings that we've had have expressed how needed and how powerful the space and experience truly is as we've been hosting the council sessions. By coming together and building a community, it allowed us to understand what care looks like by understanding wellness through different lenses. Nationally, our humanity is at risk, and I suggest everyone to partake in these discussions to better understand their self as well as their fellow neighbors.
My name is Christy Iescas. I am the Communications and Development Coordinator at Kid City Hope Place, a nonprofit organization that focuses on college access and youth leadership. We are based in downtown Los Angeles, and we recruit students starting in high school from two prominent high schools, Ramosi Cortinas and Orthopedic Medical Magnet High School, as well as other high schools across Los Angeles. And what we do is we help high school students in their identity and youth development and have a special focus on supporting them going into college or technical school, whatever that it is that they want to pursue. And I have been a trainee at the council trainings, and I have had the opportunity to meet very, very beautiful people, supported by two amazing facilitators who have taught us the ways of counsel and allow us as an organization to continue building communities. So how we have used counsel at Kid City is we have used it for alumni. So in addition to working with high school and college students, we also like to maintain those relationships with graduates who have moved on past their studies in college or whatever they pursue post high school. And counsel for us has been a way to deepen that bond with alumni who most have never met each other because they have came from different high schools or graduated at different years. So this has been a way for us to have that better relationship that a professional development workshop probably doesn't allow us to do, as well as to build solidarity and to deepen our consciousness about social injustices that are impacting our community. So it has been such a powerful tool for us. And one of our next goals is to bring it to the high school students, which is where alumni would be facilitators, because we have had alumni as well trained in counsel, and we want them to be the next guide for high school students. So that's how we're using counsel.
Hi, my name is Marjorie Gilbert. I'm the CEO of National Council of Jewish Women Los Angeles, and we've been a partner with the Organizational Wellness Project for Center for Council this year.
Hi, I am Elise Bonner. I am Executive Assistant here at National Council of Jewish Women Los Angeles, and I had the opportunity to become a facilitator of the Organizational Wellness Project with Center for Council.
So I personally was super skeptical of the program at first. I thought that it sounded really corny, and I really couldn't see how it was going to have the kind of impact that the program proclaimed to have. But I was pleasantly surprised and became thoroughly impressed by the folks who are a part of Center for Council, as well as how it had an impact on my team. And I can only say that it was transformative for our organization at every level.
Participating in Center for Council gave me personally a sense of a safe space within the work atmosphere, a place where I can be myself, to speak whatever I'm feeling that particular day, and to also have a sense of understanding of where a lot of my coworkers are coming from. I think it really changed me in a lot of ways when it came to just taking a second to really understand and listen rather than always responding.
We were able to take Center for Council beyond just our staff. Our staff comes from a lot of different places. They're incredibly diverse. They work in a lot of different departments, and most of the time they don't even have a chance to meet one another. So the Center for Council gave us an opportunity to bring people together in a way that we never otherwise would have been able to do. And then we also used the Center for Council model, the council model, with our board at our annual board retreat. And it was very important for them to start to understand what it was that we were actually doing with these monthly sessions and how it can really change how people see one another, how they speak to one another, how they listen to one another. And I feel that our board has a deeper appreciation for the kind of work that the staff was doing through the council model, as well as just in general, because they started to see how much it takes, how much care and consideration it takes to be part of a program like that. And it was a really unique opportunity for our staff and our board to both experience it.
When I participated in the facilitator training, I had an opportunity to take on a role of a leader for something that at first was a little weird for me, but became something that was almost as if it was needed in my own work life as well as my personal life. So when we had the opportunity to train, I definitely jumped at the opportunity, and I've seen so many people who themselves were skeptical about the program and about the process really come out of a session with another sense of understanding and calmness, and are often heavily returning whenever we throw a session.
Yeah. We also hosted a session at the beginning of the quarantine under COVID, and Elise helped facilitate and organize that. And we had a lot of new people participate, and we had some of those people who were sort of the tried and true trusted attendees. And it was really important at a time when I think people felt things were really out of control, to help feel like we were still connected to one another. Unfortunately, we haven't had another one, but we should. And I know that it will have an impact and continue to shape how we treat one another, how we work together. And I'm thrilled to say that we're actually starting to build and think about how we can incorporate council into our new program model that we're launching this fall. So it's really, I would say it's become part of the culture of the organization. When we talk about how we're going to work together, council always comes up, and we always think about how we can incorporate it and how we will continue to incorporate it even under these crazy times that we're living in. So I would love to offer a huge thank you to the Center for Council and the Organizational Wellness Project and the funders who made it happen, because I feel like we've been incredibly supported, and it's just been a remarkable, wonderful program. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Carolyn Healy. I am the Community Engagement Manager for Step Up. Step Up is a nonprofit providing permanent supportive housing, member-driven supportive services, and workforce development for individuals experiencing chronic homelessness and a mental health condition. We provide these housing and health services across Southern California and the southeastern United States by meeting people where they are, focusing on housing first and trauma-informed practices. Last year, our staff partnered with over 2,500 unduplicated clients on their journey to recover, stabilize, and integrate into community. And just in the last few months, we've housed over 200 new individuals, including many veterans, transition-age youth, and families.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Radis. I'm the Director of Staff Development at Step Up. I just wanted to share a few ways that our organization has been utilizing council. Right before the pandemic, we were able to offer an introduction to council and council experience to our upper management team, which was very successful. And since then, we've only been able to utilize council on virtual platforms, but have had success with that as well. Council has been able to support individual team connection during the pandemic. And most recently, we've been able to offer a series of councils on race and racism, which has allowed for a much needed larger agency conversation around these topics. So we're really grateful to the Center for Council's Organizational Wellness Project for allowing us this opportunity and for supporting this process. And we are really excited about ways to infuse council into our culture and really make it a part of our practice. So thank you to Center for Council, and thank you to the team at Step Up, who has been really actively involved in finding ways to use council moving forward. Thanks, everyone.
Rainbow Services. I'm the Community Education Coordinator, which means I facilitate trainings and do presentations out of the community to let people know about the work that we do. Doing this work has just increased my joy.
My name is Beatrice. I am with Rainbow Services. I am the Community Housing Coordinator. So I have the opportunity to support our survivors re-enter their housing and support them in that process. So it's an amazing journey. Doing council has been transformative for me. To lead it has been such a pleasure. But personally, I think it's helped to, during this time, since there's a lot of time, really focus on those things that I myself find myself sharing in council, and I find that there's work to be done. So trying to focus on, processing it in a way that, can allow me to continue to show up for the team. So it's been awesome.
One of the things that I appreciate more than anything else is that I get to know who my colleagues are when they take off their work hats. And I'm very touched by the trust that they put in the space that Beatrice and I provide for them, and the openness with which they participate. We know we have a great team, but this is looking at people and getting to know people outside of the teamwork that we do. And they allow Beatrice and they allow me to hold the space for them. And the numbers have grown. We started, I think we had 4 people coming to our first council, or maybe 5, and we're doing one in a little while today that has 18 people coming. So we're very excited about how it's morphed.
I want to take the opportunity to thank Camille Amin for her support and her guidance. She's been our coach, our colleague, and has really, really good feedback. We check in before, we check in after, and she has really supported the process in a way that allows me to feel confident when it's our time to lead. So it's been a great opportunity and a good collaboration to experience. And especially now that everything, you know, is remote and it's worked out. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I think we were both surprised at how well it worked out remotely. We were all set to do one in person when everything shut down. This was a new process for the agency. And there are 6 people actually that got together and originally wanted to do this, the facilitation, but there's a lot more client need or participant need, and some of our colleagues just didn't have the time. So the 2 of us decided to jump in and do it together. We've been getting some amazing feedback, and we'd like to share some of the feedback with you. So, Beatrice, do you want to start? Okay.
Yes, they've told us thank you for the opportunity to be vulnerable.
Another person said, another tender, safe place for all of us to come together with our stories.
Thank you for providing the space to share our feelings. I enjoy every session.
It was a great space to talk about relatable subjects while maintaining non-work related topics.
It was great, very interesting, well done. I enjoyed it. My only suggestion is, can we get another one soon?
I really enjoyed the opportunity to interact with others and talked and learned about how people handle stress. And we have another one this afternoon.
Hi, I'm Christina with Haven Hills. We are a domestic violence organization located in the San Fernando Valley area. We provide housing and shelter and outreach programs, art group, financial empowerment, individual counseling to survivors and their children fleeing domestic violence. How we have integrated counsel into organization. We have been using counsel ever since the pandemic hit, with one of the organizational wellness project leaders. We've been doing that every so often, and we plan on continuing to do that. We might be using OWP in our retreat for the summer, so that's another way we've been integrating it. Again, we're very grateful to be a grantee of this opportunity, and again, I'm Christina with Haven Hills. Thanks.
Good afternoon. My name is Ken Kampa, and I am one of the program managers for Communities and Schools of Los Angeles. And I wanted to share a little bit of information about our organization and how it is that we've been able to utilize the strategies on behalf of Center for Counsel. So here at Communities and Schools of Los Angeles, our mission is to surround students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life. And in terms of our vision, the way we look to accomplish that mission is that every student in Los Angeles public schools receives the supports that he or she needs in order to develop the social, emotional, and learning skills required to graduate high school and be ready for a meaningful employment or higher education. The way in which Center for Counsel has helped our organization is that we've been able to train a handful of our site staff in utilizing the different strategies and techniques on behalf of Center for Counsel, specifically with wellness circle support. Each of those site staff have done a combination of either taking those skills and utilize it at their respective school site, with students that they work with on a day-to-day. As well, during the school closure situation in response to the pandemic, there were other organizations that were reaching out to us to see if possible to help facilitate wellness circles of support as well. And with the support of Center for Council, we helped co-facilitate those spaces for other community-based organizations. As we look to continue to develop and move forward with these strategies, all likelihood, our site staff will continue to implement these techniques and strategies in working with their students. And as well, we'll see if we will receive additional requests to provide these sort of wellness circle supports to other student practitioners within the field. So thank you once again, and we want to thank Center for Council for the support they've provided us and our students and the communities, our staff and the communities that we serve. Take care.
We are the Los Angeles Center for Law and Justice, a nonprofit law firm serving survivors of domestic violence in the Los Angeles County. Our mission is centered on securing justice for survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault and empowering them to create their own future.
LACLJ's primary practice areas are family law and immigration. However, LACLJ strives to provide clients with holistic legal services and has both a growing criminal justice advocacy and appellate practice.
LACLJ is committed to a trauma-informed and culturally responsive workplace and service provision.
Council has given us the space to disconnect from our work and connect with each other, as well as giving us context for envisioning how to build equity and social justice. And we are
LACLJ.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Violeta Centeno. I work for Korean Immigrant Workers Alliance, Kiwa, in Koreatown, Los Angeles. And we are a worker center, and we organize workers in the Koreatown area to empower them, to let them know about their rights, and to begin those difficult discussions about wage theft, about discrimination in the workforce, and how to dismantle it. So that's a little bit about what we do, but I just want to take the opportunity to thank the council's team for working with us and providing these really safe spaces to be vulnerable, to be expressive, and to just really be yourself in. I had never heard of councils before prior to coming to Kiwa, nor I had never participated in a meeting like that before, or a group space, I should say. And I'm really grateful for the opportunity to have been, because it was a very, very safe space to share, to share what's happening maybe in your personal life, what's happening in your work life, and to just share, and with others who can relate, that are in similar industries, can relate to the workload or some of the difficulties in the jobs. Or even right now, I think with everything that's happening with the pandemic, and the last meeting that I joined, we were able to express just some of the feelings and surrounding this pandemic. So, and it was in a very safe space where I felt very not judged by others. And I think spaces like these are really hard to find. So I'm really grateful to, like I mentioned, participate. And a way that we have integrated, particularly I have integrated councils in my day-to-day work, is with workers in the worker rights meetings that I have. And just learning that creating these safe spaces is so important for others to feel comfortable, to feel vulnerable and not stigmatize vulnerability, and to just to have a really a safe. I think the top thing for me was to create a very safe space. That was the number one takeaway. Whether it be with my team, with my coworkers, with workers that we are in the restaurant, grocery, retail industry that we're talking to, whether it be with my own family members. I think that was my top takeaway, creating that safe space, and setting aside certain politics, whatever those may be, and allowing others to share in a safe space. I think that is extremely important. I myself have also taken away allowing myself to be expressive, to be vulnerable, and to talk about things that maybe make me feel uncomfortable, but that need to be said, and knowing that that's okay, and so those are my top takeaways. With our organizing team, we really have integrated the idea of safe spaces in our work. So thank you so much. Not the idea, but the actual action, I should say, of safe spaces in our work. So thank you so much for, introducing these models to us, and the model of speaking from the heart, being expressive, and listening from the heart. Very, very important stuff. So thank you so much to the team, and thank you for including us in this as well.